What's up, Dollar Chasers? I was wanting to do a new video really quick. Some of the do's and don'ts, when you're selling at your local flea market. There's a lot of things that sellers are doing that's costing, them time and money. The flea market's a wonderful place. You get your merchandise in front of a lot of people in a very, very short amount of time, but that is one of the problems. You only have, a Friday, a Saturday, and Sunday, and a lot of people work, so they only can go like one day, like a Saturday or Sunday. So you really have a very small amount of time that you got to get in there and you got to make transactions. You need to be handing people product, and people need to be handing you cash in return. And there's just a lot of pet peeves that sellers do that drive me crazy. And at the end, it's hurting everybody. The whole point of going to the flea market, is to get stuff at a very, very low rate, very low cost, lower than going to a thrift store. And this is the biggest thing. You really need to get in touch with the people that's buying stuff from you. I think that's the biggest misconnection. People that shop at the flea market, they don't care if it's broken. They don't care if it doesn't work. To them, the whole reason why they're there is to get as much junk possible for the lowest price. I've sold stuff, with them being at the flea market 5 minutes that I thought there's no way someone's gonna buy this crap, and then it flies off the shelf, flies off the table, and then I'll have something I'm like, this is a sure seller, it's a good price, people need it, and they'll sit there all day, I won't sell it. You can never get inside the mind of a flea market person that buys at the flea market. You just can't do it. It will drive you crazy. So the best mode of operation for you to make as much money in as short a time span as possible, you really need to just have a variety of merchandise. Just anything under the sun. That way, a lot of people, they like to deal in one thing. You got one guy that might do used retro games. You got one guy, that might sell knockoff purses. You might have one guy that sells knockoff perfume. And I really do not recommend doing this method. And one of the reasons why is you never know. You might have 1,000 customers walk around your table, and they just don't need what you're selling. You don't run into that problem if you have as much junk as you possibly can. And that's the biggest thing. People go to the flea market to buy junk. They don't go to buy quality products. They don't go there to buy stuff that's still in the wrapper that you might have bought like a semi-truck load of like refurbished Walmart merchandise. That type of stuff doesn't sell, and one of the biggest reasons why is because people that shop at the flea market are extremely, extremely paranoid. They think it's stolen, where they want to know where you got it from, that kind of thing. So it's best just to have, like I said, just junk. And this is the number one thing. If you only take this one thing away from watching this video, never, never, never buy anything to resell at the flea market. You have to get it for free. Because if you're selling stuff that's selling $1, $5, $10, $20, I very rarely have ever sold. I think one of the highest things I've ever sold at the flea market is $40. And it was a broken down Johnson an outboard motor, and that's one of the biggest things. try to take as much stuff as you can. Don't think, well, I'm not going to take this because this is not going to sell. Take it anyway. And another big point I really want to drill home is never, ever, ever mark a price on anything. I cannot tell you how many times I was going to sell something for $1 or a quarter, and somebody walked up to me and offered me $5, $10 for it because they really wanted what I had to sell, and because I mostly deal in junk, I got no emotional connection to it. And that's another thing. I want to do one whole video on how to get stuff for free to resell at the flea market. A lot of really good tips are going to be in that video. And another thing that drives people crazy, it drives sellers crazy, it drives buyers crazy. Never, ever, ever quote a price on eBay. Okay? People are in 90 to 100 degrees plus weather. They get up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to get the bargains. They are not wanting to pay eBay prices. If they wanted to pay eBay prices, they will be at home in their underwear in air conditioning buying stuff off eBay. The whole point that people buy stuff from the flea market is they don't want to deal with eBay. They don't want to have to worry about, something getting broken during shipping. They don't want to have to pay the PayPal fees. There's a whole host of reasons why there's so much business going down at the flea market. And those are some of the really big things I always try to drill home, and I'm going to go over it one more time. Never quote a price off eBay. You never want to price an item, and you never, ever, ever want to buy something to resell at the flea market. It drives buyers crazy, and it drives sellers crazy. And one of the really nice things that flea markets have over eBay is there's not that much competition, and the reason why I say that is sellers need each other. You've got to have people selling junk. You've got to have all your tables. You've got to have a buttload of cars out in the parking lot, because if people drive by and they don't see that many sellers, they're not going to stop. So sellers need each other. It's not like eBay where it's extremely cutthroat, or it's like Amazon. It's very, very, it's not really that competitive. And another thing I really want to get into is there is a lot of shoplifting that occurs at flea markets. So if you go out and you buy a truckload of items and you're going by garage sales and you're getting stuff for $1, $5, and people are stealing stuff from your booth, that's really going to hurt your bottom line, because that's just like throwing money away. But if you get junk for free, if they steal something, you're not out of money. You might be out of time, and you might be out of table space. And this is another thing. You need to go through merchandise extremely fast. You need to sell it $1, $5, $10. If something sits on your booth more than 2 days, it's costing you money. If it's sitting there and it's not selling, it's taking up space. You're paying $10 a table, $15 a table. If you're not, it's not worth your gas money to, it's just not worth your gas money hauling it back and forth. You need to haul it to the flea market one time and it sells and it moves. If it's sitting on the table for more than 2 days and you're not selling it, throw that stuff in the dumpster and go find you more free stuff. And that's basically it. I just want to give out a couple of points, some do's, some don'ts for sellers at the flea market, your first timers. And I will do some more videos coming soon. This is my first video on my new channel, LA Makes Money. It's mostly a flea market video. We might do some Facebook sales, some Craigslist sales, any type of second market. I'm not a real big eBayer. I don't believe in it. It's too big of a pain in the ass dealing with, shipping and things like that. And it's the perfect business if you want to start and make a lot of money very quickly with not a lot of capital up front. And this is LA Makes Money, and I will see y'all next time.